Good morning, good morning, good morning. Minister Thornton here, aka 911. And how's everybody doing? I have something to share with you that is just so wonderful. God dropped this word into my spirit this morning, and He's asked me to encourage some of you. And God has allowed me to have a break, so I don't have to preach anywhere this morning. So I'm able to do this. And I want to tell you, there's somebody that is going to see this video right now. You're in the midst of a situation that you're about to go through, that you're about to face, or that you're in fear of. And I want to let you know you don't need to be in fear of nothing, because God has got you. He is waiting on you to trust Him, so that He can make a difference in your life. So for scripture's sake, I just want to point you to something to read, okay? In your leisure time, because I don't want to take up too much of your Sunday. But what I'm finding out is that people aren't going to church anymore. They're not flocking to the churches like they should, and I don't blame you. Sometimes people are in the wrong frame of mind in the church, and they rubbing you the wrong way, and they acting like they got one foot in heaven and you already in hell, and the only reason why you may not go is if they agree to you being in their church. So I get why some of you are not going to church, all the time. But you can't let that stop you from you being who you need to be in God. But with that being said, read the third chapter of Daniel. The third chapter of Daniel. Read it, and I promise you it will bless you. And I just want to highlight a little bit and tell you what it's about. Listen, back in the day, King Nebuchadnezzar, he built a very large statue. I don't want to read it because I don't want to, some of you may not know the measurements, what the measurements mean. In the Bible, it says that King Nebuchadnezzar made an image of gold, 60 cubits high and 6 cubits wide. But, some of us may not know what that really means. So I just want to say it to you like this. He made a very large image. It was huge. And he asked everyone to come to view the dedication of this image. And to make it more prestigious, he invited the well-to-do, the governors, the provincial people of that time to come and bow down to this image. And he made a law, he made a decree that anybody, when you hear this tone in the atmosphere, you are to stop what you're doing, bow down and worship this image. Well, there were 3 courageous men in this story that were not obeying his command. And you know how it is. When somebody see that they got to do something and you're not doing what they do, they're going to tell on you. So the people started telling the king, hey, somebody's not doing what you said to do. Everybody's not bowing down to worship this image. When the king heard of this, he began to get furious. So I want to tell you, when he got Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in front of him, he told them, look, either y'all bow down to me and worship me, or I'm going to throw you in the furnace. And this is what I want you to get. When he told that to them, he wanted them to bow down to the fear of the fire. And right now, some of you are going through some hell right now, and the devil wants you to bow down to the fear of the situation that you're about to go into, that illness, that distress, that divorce, the bad situation on your job. He wants you to bow down to it. You don't have to bow down to anything, because Jesus is waiting on you in the fire. Let me tell you something. These guys told him, they said, listen, we need not argue this matter with you any further. The God that we serve is able to take care of us if you throw us in the fire. So when the king heard this, and then, he already surprised because they're not scared of the fire. But then they say, you know what? Even if God don't come through, we're still not going to worship your image. We're still not bowing down to you. Now what? So he throws them in the fire. But when he throws them in the fire, they don't get burned. Look, Jesus is in, the king even said it. Hey, wait a minute. I don't see 3, I see 4. And what I want to tell you right now is when you get in the midst of your fire experience, Jesus will be right there with you. If you walk into that situation, as long as you put your faith and your trust in God, there is no way that you can be defeated. There is no way that you can lose. There is no way that nothing can stop you. So I want to encourage you right now, go through the fire. Whatever it is, exercise your courage, exercise your faith, Trust God. Let God be there with you to go through the fire. He will be there with you in your time of struggle. And some of you, God has brought you through the fire and you don't even realize it because you're so damaged, you don't realize that you've won. I heard somebody else call it smoke damage. Even when God brings you through the fire, that you can still have smoke damage even after you come through the fire. So I just want to encourage somebody this morning, whatever you're going through, don't be afraid to go through it. Jesus will be right there with you if you trust in him and just let him lead you. I made a video on shifting your atmosphere. Learn how to shift your atmosphere. And when you shift your atmosphere, even when you're in the fire, you won't get burned. God bless you. Have a great Sunday. Let God be your guide. Let God be your guide. Enjoy your Sabbath. And let nothing ruin your day.